Hi there, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for August 2022. And just a quick reminder, if you are ever interested in getting a session with me, you do need to go to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can simply follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. So what's going on when it comes to your month of August? We'll start with the sun, bringing special focus, highlights, attention, enhancement, and support to your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy, Leo, through the 22nd of the month. And this is also an area that talks about self-employment earnings. With the sun in the 8th house, we are seeing a situation where a lot of transformations are taking place, allowing you to get more value out of all kinds of different income avenues outside of your regular salary and hourly income. This could be, of course, anything that you've got going on yourself, maybe online or out of the home, a business operation that you've generated, a monetizable hobby, or any kind of bonus income streams, such as a bonus or commissions, sales, incentives, tips, and things like that. You're going to be finding that money is coming to you from all kinds of different unexpected places, not just the normal spaces you've become accustomed to. This is also a great time for a lot of you to enjoy a bit of a transition from certain blocks or certain obstructions that may have been pre-existing in these spaces that have maybe capped or limited you when it comes to being able to draw in all kinds of wealth or opportunities for prosperity outside of the roads or the lanes that you have been working in. It's a beautiful time for those of you who are thinking about going into business for yourselves or thinking about just tacking on a few extra income streams to make life a lot more comfortable and a lot more luxurious. After the 22nd of the month, we've got the sun entering Virgo, which is your 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, culture, your reach, and your spiritual path and practice. With the sun in the 9th house, it's a time to put yourself on blast. This is where you are becoming very well known, or more accurately, your works are becoming very well known, especially if there is something that you are looking to draw some kind of awareness or attention to because you think it is a very worthy cause. It's a part of how you make your living. It's how you want to boost yourself in terms of awareness or credibility in your field or in a market you're looking to emerge in, or you are simply trying to connect to as many people as possible. This is a beautiful time as well for those of you who are looking to get on the road. Maybe you're looking to travel. Maybe you're looking to make connections with people in foreign countries, or maybe you are thinking about trying to connect with more of the best and brightest in your field for maybe academic, spiritual, or professional purposes. All of this attention is coming to you in the best of ways. This is also a time where you're going to be noticing that opportunities to receive contributions, new equipment, and new hookups, it's going to be pretty constant for those of you that are engaged here. We've got Mars, the planet of action, passion, energy, and that obstacle-clearing driving force in Taurus through the 19th of the month. This is your 5th house of your, relationships as it relates to romance, creativity, recreation, and anything connecting to your relationships with your kids, so parenthood and all of that. Mars in the 5th house is going to work hard on eliminating any kind of blockages that may be preventing you from being able to fully immerse yourself in the kind of relationship that you desire, whether it's with a current partner, right? Maybe it's a spouse, maybe you're already in a committed relationship, and maybe there are situations or parameters in the space or the routine or the environment that you're in that seem to be blocking you from being able to go on the romantic excursions or develop the relationship in the direction you want. Mars is really giving this space the treatment. Mars is also going to be bringing in a lot more fire and a lot more passion to your romantic life, especially in situations where things may be having a slow start, or maybe a fire that is slow to burn is finally getting its chance to erupt. This is beautiful for those of you as well who are looking to maybe attract new romantic partners, because this brings out more courageous opportunities. People are becoming braver and bolder, more forward. And all in all, with the Mars energy here, it's about eliminating blocks not only to love, but in love between people. This is also very helpful when it comes to connecting with our kids. If there have been any challenges with creating the bond we want, or establishing the sense of family or friendship or familiarity with our kids in recent history, whether they're very, very young or they're adults, now we're getting to see what the cause and the core of those blocks are so we can eliminate them. All in all, with Mars in an interpersonal area such as House 5, though, you want to make sure that you are ready and prepared. Sometimes this can bring up some constructive conflicts that also need to be able to play out and be remediated between lovers, as well as between us and new people, and even between us and our kids. Make sure that you are willing to go through this, as it is a constructive conflict. It's going to be very good for everybody to just lean in. Make sure that you understand that how we handle the conflict, how we handle the remediation process, is also how good it's going to be when we get everything set. After the 19th, we've got Mars entering Gemini for the duration of the month and going on into September. This is your 6th house of work, your reputation, your schedule, anything relating to the teams you're on and what you are known for in the workforce. Mars here is going to be putting you in a position to make some serious competitive gains, especially when it comes to boosting your earning power based on getting you into a space where you're able to show your stuff, finally prove yourself, and even attract the clients and customers that you want. It's kind of like somebody cast a better business spell on you the last half of this month and going through on into September. Mars in the 6th house, as I often say with Mars in any income area, such as 2, 6, or 10, in this case 6 for you, will probably have you burning the candle at both ends. Mars in the 6th house can really set us up for some beautiful big breaks, but be ready. There may be some overtime involved. You might be bringing work home with you, or maybe tacking on an extra 5-10 hours a week, in the 19th, from the 19th of August going on into September, but you're really setting up a wealthy way for yourself. We've got Venus, the planet of love, favor, popularity, and affection, in Cancer through the 10th of the month. This is your 7th house of partnerships, closest one-on-one connections. This is your boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your closest one-on-one connections and involvements with. With Venus here, this is a time for a bit of indulgence. It's one of the honeymoon transits, you might say. And this is a great time for a lot of you to experience a renewal of love, a renewal of romance. And a lot of this is happening for both established couples as well as those looking for new partners. Because with Venus in the 7th house, there is also a matching of love languages, whether it's because we are attracting somebody in that already is a match, already has the compatible love languages, or if we are an established couple, we are discovering something completely new that really does it for all of us. This is also a time where you are going to be noticing that collaborations and alliances on the platonic side, whether it's just friends or whether it is a business situation, are starting to generate a lot more liquidity, becoming a lot more prosperous in their own right. Venus is a magnet for all things good. After the 10th, Venus moves on into Leo, that 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy and self-employment earnings. And this is where you are going to find that a lot of people are incentivizing your growth by becoming gratuitously generous with their own money, with their own clout, with their own influence on your behalf, pulling strings for you. This could be, of course, spouses and partners, but it could also be business partners. It could also be your friends. It's where people are going out of their way behind your back that you are getting lifted up. Venus in the 8th house continues that theme of really just a lot of erotic and spiritual satisfaction on the love front. And with Venus in the 8th house, a lot of you are also going to find that this is bringing unexpected good news when it comes to a partner's earning power or a partner's financial or home situation as they are contributive to the couple. And with Venus here, that love, that favor, but also that comfort and luxury is going to be felt not only the back half of August, but even going into September as well. We've got Mercury, the planet of communications, speed, and productivity, entering Virgo on the 4th of August and pretty much running the show from this sign through the 24th. This is your 9th house. We spoke about it a little earlier, right? Talking about government legal proceedings, travel, culture, your reach, and your spiritual path and practice. With Mercury in the 9th house, this is opening up the world for you Capricorn people, especially those of you that have been looking to get out there, whether it is to sort of have a bit of a jet set life for the final third of the year, or you have been contemplating ways to maybe bring about a big move, whether it's a big relocation as in physical move, or maybe some of you are talking about a big move professionally, or you're just looking to travel for pleasure. Mercury in Virgo is going to be creating all of the necessary circumstances to bring that forth into being. This is also a time where we are speeding up the fruition and the completion of a lot of old paths taken and a lot of old contracts and agreements and covenants that you may have made, so that we can not only fast forward them through, but wrap them up very neatly and nicely. Mercury in the 9th house doesn't close or just cut things off in a cold way, but it does fast forward things to their conclusion, right? So all of these old contracts you may be still working with, old agreements, old business, old timelines, we're fast forwarding them to they get to have their run, but they get to have their run very, very quickly, and we get them over with so we can move on with our lives and enjoy that world-expanding jet-set life that Mercury in Virgo is also promising us. Now, finally, we, of course, have to talk about our lunations, right? The full moon and the new moon of the month. We've got a full moon in Aquarius on August 11th. This is your 2nd house of earned income, employment, your values and your valuables. And this is opening up a 2-week window period from August 11th going up to roughly the 26th, 27th of the month, depending on where you live in the world. And so this is your 2nd house. So we're talking about, again, employment and earned income. A lot of you may be finding that this full moon is ending a chapter here. A lot of you may be moving on from a role or from a job that you have been stuck at for a very long time, wrapping up a big project, or even closing some kind of account that has become a drain or an expense. With a full moon in Aquarius, this is a time of trading up. And a lot of you are going to find that even if you are not looking for something new to do, you may find in this 2-week period there's something worth quitting or maybe reorganizing your work or financial profile for. This is also a time with a full moon here that you may be noticing some kind of major transition or ending occurring on the workplace because it has been overdue. With this big break, however, there also comes a big launch into either a new commitment, a new role, or a new undertaking that is vastly superior, and that will all be showing up throughout this 2-week period as well. Finally, we've got our new moon in Virgo, that ninth house of, expansive government legal proceedings, travel, culture, reach. We've talked about it a few times already. And this new moon is creating a seed planting opportunity, right? New moons are all about new beginnings and initiations. And in the 2-week window period following the 27th, so leading up to roughly about the 9th, 10th of September, you are establishing a new territory for yourself. You're getting brought into a new territory. Whether it's a new territory that is an expansion of the world or the career or the home or the love life or the spiritual life that you have now, or something new that you are moving all of this to in order to set up a new home for yourselves there. With this new moon, this is also going to be bringing in an opportunity for a lot of you to expand on your education, because there may be a requirement for that as well. This could be something that promotes you in a very big way soon following this transition, or something that puts you in a new sense of community or a new sense of place in the world that we do need to brush up on our education with, because it's advancing our performance in a substantial way. So that is what I've got for you, Capricorn people. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.